So today we will continue our task 2.1. Now I share my screen with our distance course on our platform of Moodle. It was practical lesson number 4 and task 2.1. Now I open this file. It was a task about choosing a transportation provider, and we discussed that we have 15 factors, different factors. It is a product price, it's product quality, and it is such quality parameters as, for example, informational readiness, flexibility of supply, and something else. We have 10 suppliers or 10 transport companies which propose their service for transportation, and we need to choose only one transport company from this. We have special table with the same factors, 15 factors, but we have such parameters as weight of factors. Only for 6 factors for every variant was we have these parameters. For example, for first variants, it is first, second, third, and fifth, eighth, and 14th parameters. So not every parameters we used for our calculations. We remember about it, and we did such a table as this example, as table 2.3, but we have 6 factors. We could write the name of factor or only factor 1, factor 2, and other. We had such a line as rating. We have a second column's weight of the factor. From the previous table, we find these parameters and for our variant and write here this information. The sum of these weights of factor is 1 for every variant. So it is 1, or if we used this parameter in percent, we could multiply it by 100 and had these parameters as 100%. For every company, for example, all what we need, it is 100%, and every factor have some special parameters for what is more important for us. For example, I remember about it we already discussed. For example, for first variant, the main important parameter, it is product price because it is 0.40 or 40%. If we used this parameter in percent, it is very important for this company product price. And other variants have different situation, but product price we could see for every company, we use these parameters and product quality also, but something another could be changed for every company. And we had after second columns, we had 10 columns with suppliers. We didn't write suppliers, we write 1, 2, 3, and for 10. And now we need to write in this table these parameters in balls. We have this 9 points for every parameters. For example, we have first and second parameters for every variant. First it is product price and second it is product quality. We open this table 2.1 and we already did it. I only remember how we did it. It is product price, for example, in hryvnias, and we need the lowest product is the best for us, for our company. So we find where is the lowest product price. For example, for 6 suppliers, it is the lowest, and we put here 1 ball. It is the best position is the less balls, how we use it. So the maximum product price, it is the worst position. So we find it for every characteristics, every factors. And after it, we need to use calculation and used our one formula, but we will calculate it 10, not only once, tens, but because we need to find rating of every suppliers, every delivery company or transport company. So we use this formula 2.1. We could write now in our paper or in our electronic document our rating. For every supplier, we could write only one, not these parameters as index. We could write rating 1, rating 2, rating 3, and 2, rating 10 for the last suppliers. We write equal to, and here in our formula, we need to calculate it. Weight of the factor, so the meaning of our second columns. I used this example, second columns. We multiplied one by one to our these columns with these balls for every supplier. So what we write, for example, we could find it in our document. For example, our rating for first suppliers is equal to 1, it is our characteristics we put in our table, 1 multiplied on 0.40 plus 2. I now show, I think it is, you can see it, our third column, we multiply to the meaning of our second columns, 1 by 1. So 1 multiplied on 0.40. 2 multiplied on 0.15, 1 multiplied on 0.10, 2 multiplied on 0.35. But we have 6 factors, so we continue it to the next 2 factors and calculated how it will our rating. Our rating also in balls, so we didn't write something what it is. It is not percent, it is not bronze, hryvnias or something else. It is a special balls, so it's a quality characteristics for every supplier. So after each, we calculated rating for second supplier, for third supplier, and other. For example, what we understand it. For example, for second supplier, we multiply 2, multiplied the same, our fourth column, we multiplied 1 by 1, our also second columns. So for second supplier, 2 multiplied on 0, for 0.40. 3 plus 3 multiplied on 0.15 plus 2 we multiplied on 0.10 plus 3 multiplied on 0.35 and continue for our 5 and 6 factors. We could write the meaning of this rating here on our last line near the every supplier. So we need to calculate this formula tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for every supplier to 10 supplier. So it is very important to find rating for everyone. After it, when we find all ratings, we need to find what is the best supplier. Carry with the lowest rating, it is the second sentences from the end in our paper. Carriers with a lowest rating are accepted as the best. So we know that this method is not very best. We could use different methodics, different methods. So a high degree of subjectivity of assessment, especially in determining the weight of the factor. Of course, it is we have or analytics information or for example, meaning of our workers, of our suppliers and others. So it is really sometimes could be not very, how to say, right information with a big person of right. So, okay, now we could calculate it, these parameters for all our suppliers and choose the best supplier. I think we need a time. It is all information about methodics of calculation. So maybe I need to stop sharing and stop records, and we could continue to calculate it all ratings because we need a lot of time for it and the suppliers with the best rating will be the best for us. For example, for this example, table 2.3, we could choose supplier number 1 because it has the lowest rating. The lowest rating is the best, so 1.50. It is the lowest rating from this free supplier. So we choose first supplier for our the transportation process with our company. So it is the best result.